commodity. For some business owners, 8 hours is not enough to get things done. Clients can be more productive for fewer than 8 hours. It all comes on how they can manage their calendars effectively. By managing their calendars effectively, they can stay on top of their daily and weekly commitments. If you are the person who manages your client's calendar, your responsibility is to coordinate the meetings with other attendees and look for the time of attendees' availability. One of the famous calendar management is Google Calendar. If you are using the same email address for your cell phone and you add an event to your calendar, it will automatically update your Google Calendar, especially if you are Android users. There are a lot of calendar management that you can use. They are almost the same, but in this tutorial, we will focus on Google Calendar. Now let's talk about Google Calendar features. If you open your Google Calendar, you can see these features. In the tab sections, there's a search options. They just have the same features like Gmail. I already shared an email management tutorial where I toured you inside Gmail. Just visit my YouTube channel. Here's the search bar. You can search for specific events here. For example, we can search here the word task. The result will include all the tasks, events, or even notes. There's an advanced options here. You can search in for specific active calendars. You can search by what, who, where, and the keyword that doesn't have, and also date range. So if you want to look for or you want to search an event from March 1 until April 3, you can search it. Here in the left corner, you can choose your calendar by day, week, month, year, schedule, 4 days, and there's a check options here if you want to show the weekends or not, if you want to show the declined events or not. For example, you want to see the day view. You will only see your schedule today. The week view, you will see here the 7 days from Sunday to Saturday. Now let's try to uncheck the show weekends. The Sunday and Saturday will be removed. You will only see the 5 days from Monday to Friday. But for me, I want to show or I want to see the weekends. Now, what about the month view? You will see the whole month schedule. The year view, you will see here all the calendar for the whole year. And 4 days view, you will see here 4 days from today until 4 days. For example, today is April 3 and you will see until April 6. You have two options here. You can click the create button. You can create by events or tasks, or you just directly click to your calendar. Then choose the time that you want. For example, let's create an event tomorrow and then click. It will automatically show this. You can put your details here. Let's try to put tutorial. And then click save. You can also expand the event. For example, you will have a 4-hour event tomorrow. Just put your cursor here below. Then expand it at the time of your events. Another thing is you can easily reschedule the event by just dragging it to another day or time. For example, the tutorial tomorrow will reschedule on April 5. You can just easily drag it, or it will be rescheduled afternoon here. Once an event is published, you can still edit it by just clicking the event on the calendar, and there is a small pop-up and you can choose the edit options. Now let's talk about these features. You can edit your event title. Now let's try to add calendar management in our event title. In the below of event title, you can see here the date of your event, the time it will start and it will end, and the date that your event will end. You can also choose the time zone. Sometimes your client will say, schedule me a meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Then you can choose or you can change the time zone to Eastern Time here. Then click OK. Later, I will also discuss how you can have 2 time zones on your calendar so that you will not have to convert time zones manually. All day, when we say all day, meaning you will have an event for the whole day. There's an options here that if your event is repeatable, by default does not repeat, meaning one-time event only. There is daily, you will have a daily meeting on the same time. Weekly on Tuesday, meaning every Tuesday, same time of event schedule. Monthly on the first Tuesday, schedule once a month, same time and date. Annually on April 5, once a year event with the same time and date. Every weekday options, you will have a weekday event from Monday to Friday. Or you can custom recurrence, how often this event occurs. You can just repeat how many weeks of this event. You can choose the day of the event, repeat on Tuesday, on Wednesday. In the below, there's ends. When we say never, meaning this event will never end. There's no end of it. When we say on, meaning the date of your event ends. For example, this event will end on May 1. When we say after, how many occurrences? For example, the client will say we will have 5 events for this every Tuesday. Then click OK. Add Google Meet video conferencing. If they will be using Google Meet, just click this. And you can see this square button. Just click it. It will automatically copy the link. Add locations. If they are meeting outside, you can add locations. Notifications, either via email, Google will send an email notifications, or just notifications. Sometimes it will ring a bell on your desktop or on your laptop that you will have a meeting. You can choose the minutes, hours, days, or weeks of notifications. By clicking this add notifications, you can add another notifications. And then here, when you click it, you can choose, in this option, you can choose on the active calendars that you will use for this event. You can also change the colors to differentiate the event. For example, you can use yellow for personal event, green for church event, blue for work-related events, and red for family events. Add descriptions. What will be the meeting discussions, or sometimes they will have a meeting via Zoom. You can click the Zoom details, or you can add the Zoom details here or the link. You can also add files by clicking this add attachments. These are the text formatting options. In this corner, if you want to add your guests or attendees by just typing their email address, for example, let's add my email address here. In the below, you can see the guest permissions. When we say guest permissions, you will give permissions to the guest to whether to modify the event, meaning they can add or they can edit the event details, or they can invite others, or they can see the guest list. And one of the best features of Google Calendar is find a time, meaning Google is going to look for all the guest calendars to find available time suitable for all the attendees. So let's talk about the calendar settings. In the upper right corner, you can see the settings menu. Just click it and click the settings. You will be directed here. The general, language and region. You can change here the language, the country, and the date format and time format. Time zone. Another good thing of Google Calendar is it allows you to display 2 different time zones. Moreover, you and your client will have different time zones. You can also include 2 different time zones so you will not manually convert it. For example, I'm from the Philippines, so I will input label Manila, and then your client will be from, let's say, here, Central European Time. So, and then change the label to CET. Now let's try to look your calendar. You can see here outside the CET and the Manila. You can see the time in Amsterdam, and you can see here the time in the Philippines. Now let's go back to the settings. Next, another useful settings is add calendars. When we say subscribe to calendar, you can request access or subscribe to other calendars to see their calendar schedule. Just type their email address here, then they will receive notifications and approve your access. Create new calendars. Just if you want another My Calendar event, for example, work calendar, click create, then this will automatically add to your My Calendar list. Settings for My Calendars. You can see here your calendar list. If you want to change the settings, you can just click the calendar name and you will see a list of options. For example, let's try to edit Rinalyn calendars. Here, you can see the calendar details, the time zone. It is from Hong Kong Standard Time, same as Philippine time, and the owner. You can export calendar. Access permissions for event. If you want your calendar to make available to public, just check this. Or if you want to share your calendar via link, you can click the get shareable link and then copy link. Share with specific people, meaning other people will see or they can book a schedule with you. Event notifications. You will receive notifications for events on this calendar. all-day events notifications, and many more. I hope you learned something new today. Message me on my social media accounts. I will put it in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell button to receive notification of my latest videos.